seekers in the night, hopes and fears written in gold. Truth appears as stories unfold. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance.
Good morning. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the My Tarot Morning Reflection. Good morning, Angelina. So it is March 4th, as we shall march forth. But yes, it's like going to be in the upper 40s today, possibly like 49 degrees, a little bit rainy maybe, but it sounds like spring is coming. And I am so looking forward to it. Oh my gosh. I am not a winter person. So, again, welcome to the My Tarot Morning Reflection, our daily inventory, and as we take that breath, a reminder to breathe. Slowing down. Which is so against my nature. So, I hope everybody's having that amazing morning. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. As we check in with the universe. Maybe check in with where the feet are, rolling the ankles. Oh, that feels so good on the calves. But doing the kitty dance, getting all comfortable. Checking in with the shoulders and taking that breath. And our necks. Good morning, Jenna. Just a reminder, it's like when I do a tarot class, I always try and add a little bit about the tarot meditation, but when I'm doing the minors, I always talk about the corresponding elements and how when I'm sitting there and it's the end of the class and I talk about it, how the feet are the earth. And that's why we reflect that in the cards. And then our pelvis, our hip area, that is our wands, which is our fire and our passion. And then as we move up to water, which is our spirituality, so that's our heart and shoulder area and breath. Excuse me. And then air is what our head is full of sometimes. So good morning, Jenny. So, but this is our chance to check in with the universe. See if we have anything like angers or resentments. So that maybe if we talk about it beforehand, we take a look at where we are, whether it's through some form of meditation like yoga or just staring at a candle. When we check in, we see where we're at. And it's harder for things throughout the day to have a negative effect when we've already looked at it. When we looked at where we are. So, let's see what the universe has for us today. So I'm going to make our 3 stacks. And I'm going to take a sip of coffee. A sip of coffee? Yeah. Got a tickle in my throat. So I have our 3 stacks. Each one of these is like a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one of these is a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one conversation. This one's a totally different conversation that'll lead us down a different path from this one. So today, let's take the center stack. It's the smaller of the 3 stacks. Let's take the center one, or what I like to think of as what's right at the heart. So I'm going to do our 3 and 1. And let's go for that exciting part. Let's see what that first card is. Ooh. It is the 10 of Cups. Cups, again, our spirituality, our emotions, and our feeling. And tens, 10 is just a 1 and a 0. 10 is when we are completing a cycle, when we are ready to do something different. So imagine the 10 of cups. So look at the joys that we have here, okay? So, I mean, this looks wonderful. Do we really want to start a new cycle when we have the 10 of cups? Well, sometimes, if we linger too long in one place, it kind of diminishes it. So when we see the 10 of cups in a position like this, it's more along the lines of what's coming up next. But let's see what the next card is, because that's going to define what this card is doing. And so what happens when we linger too long? Like I said, I mean, so let's look at it like this. There's things that we will fall into that make us happy, that will give us a good feeling, especially if things around us are stressful. Maybe, I mean, me and Mina are rewatching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. For me, it's like the third time. But there's days where it's like, are we going to binge 5 or 6 hours of it? Sure, it takes me to a happy place. But with the Hermit is about going inside. It's about reflecting. It's about finding our mountain and looking to see where we are. From a mountaintop, you can see so much. But when the Hermit is reversed, it's more about being introverted. It's more about just climbing the mountain to be away from everything. And it's like and isolate and not see, not look out, or not look inward. So it's kind of like what happens when we do linger too long in that positive space that we find that we need, but sometimes eventually we need to go back out that door. But let's see what the reversed Hermit is looking at. So it's about transition, as I was saying. So the Death card, death is not about a physical death. Death is about moving from one situation to another. It's about moving when we need a change. And sometimes a change can be difficult. If it's hard enough, it can even feel like a death. So we have these things that do make us feel good, and they're important. It can be, a relationship. It could be watching your favorite TV show for 5 hours. It can be whatever it is, but sometimes whatever it is, it kind of makes us go brain dead. So reversed Hermit is kind of like when we are going brain dead. And sometimes it's because we're avoiding doing something. So what is it that, that we're getting away from? What is it that we are, spending, we find our happy place? And what is it that we're avoiding now? What is it that we're not doing when we spend that much time in our happy place? And that's the question, because, there's something that we are not doing. And we all have things like that. It could be that, to tell you the truth, I should be grouting the bathtub. But I'm in my happy place. And I don't even want to think about it. But, it's like, okay, instead of spending 6 hours binging this, maybe I could be doing something else. But let's see what the advice card is. So it's the 10 of Swords. So, as I like to call it, I call this the I'm okay card. Because if somebody asks you when you're like this, how you doing? The first thing we say is, I'm okay. But nobody's so bad that they have a sword in the ear kind of day, right? A lot of times this is one of those cards where, you know, we have to ask ourselves, is it really that bad? Sometimes it's just our anxieties pile up. It's the things that, you know, ultimately we want to try and avoid. And so we find our happy place, which is important. But eventually we need to deal with the things that are causing us stressors. And so when this card is reversed as the advice card, notice how the swords actually fall out. So once we just face what we need to do and we pick up that list again, you know, we look at what we're avoiding and we can turn the Hermit around. By turning the Hermit around, it makes it a totally different story now, doesn't it? This story says, you know what? I've found a happy place, and I'm ready to examine where I came from so that I can study, so I can see where I'm at and see what kind of a transition I need to make. So sometimes it's just as simple as turning one card around, being willing to focus on something, and then seeing what we need to do to move forward. And maybe not watch so much Buffy. And so with that, I do hope that everybody here has that amazing, amazing, amazing day. It's March again. We're coming into spring. Spring's always a very special time. So that's a chance for us to really start reflecting on where we want to go this summer, where we want to go this spring. You know, now's a good time to contemplate, you know, how we are with the world right now. And where do we want to go? So have an amazing day, everybody. Take care, and I will be back here again tomorrow. Oh, Jenna, this reading really resonates with me. Thank you so much for the collective reading. Have a great day. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in